Welcome to Blinded by the Item this Monday. And we have a special guest in the studio because Bradley is on vacation. He's on a cruise and he will be back next Tuesday. So we'll see him next Tuesday.
And I get all the Mondays.
Yeah. So Brittany, welcome.
Thank you. I'm a huge fan of Blinded. I listen every day, which is going to really mess up my schedule today because I obviously can't listen today. How dare you?
Yes. On your ride home, you won't be able to go back to the podcast. Well, Brittany does a show right after Bradley and I. We do noon to 3 on MyTalk, which is the radio station that we're simulcasting this. If you're a YouTube watcher, this is also being broadcast. And if you really want to get nerdy, you can stream it and listen to us and know all the answers in advance.
Yeah.
For when we upload the video.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, we're telling you how to cheat on the test.
Yes. And Brittany does the show after ours with a lovely lady named Kendall.
Yeah. Brittany and Kendall show. It's super fun, but I'm a huge fan of Blinded. I think everybody at the station is.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm
glad.
It's
like our murder mystery version because we are all such pop culture nerds. Like this is our version of being tested for the knowledge that we can't use anywhere else. It's not useful in any other aspect of my life at all.
I know.
But
you do get paid for it, so it is kind of useful.
I do like that part. Yeah. The money is nice.
Yes. Okay, so we have to talk about a publicationship. I know a lot of things went on this weekend. Tom Brady dancing at Coachella and things like that. But did you see Elizabeth Hurley
I can't.
and Billy Ray Cyrus kissing on their social media?
I don't. Okay, it's rare. I go to a place of somebody's too good for somebody, but can we acknowledge that what? Elizabeth, run.
Wow.
What?
Well, my theory is they
What?
both need better publicity because when you say Elizabeth Hurley now, you don't think of Hugh Grant cheating on her. You think of her possibly having a relationship with her own son and his girlfriend.
Okay, but which?
Oh, Mike.
Let me just enter the chat here real quick because
Noise.
it might seem like an odd pairing, but this former A-list musician and this foreign-born former A-list actress and model makes a whole lot of sense. Obviously, it makes him seem somewhat stable, and maybe it ties her to someone who she didn't give birth to, which is always a plus.
I guess. I don't know what's
gosh.
worse. I don't think this is an upgrade.
Yours is worse.
You think the birth one? The son is worse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
real
Billy Ray
weird.
is not in a great place where I'd really want this for us all. I mean,
Yeah, I think that it could just be a straight up publicationship, like just for publicity, not a real relationship, because they both need help. He damaged his image with screaming at Fire Rose when she's locked in some kind of cabin and he's drunk, among other things.
And then he just did that, I'm saying concert very loosely, where the audio tracking wasn't there and he just kind of like ran around the stage yelling into the mic.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Maybe I'm putting Elizabeth Hurley on a big old pedestal because, I mean.
She's beautiful.
Yes, there's so many things.
Lovely.
I know. And likable. And I just.
Except all that other stuff we just read.
Okay, calm.
Real weird.
Calm down. She's like, I was going to add eccentric.
Sexually eccentric.
But like.
She's doing some yachting.
Doesn't it seem. Okay, to be clear, when I look at Billy Ray, I go, that kiss is going to taste like an ashtray.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, good luck to them.
Good luck to those kiddos. Good luck on their journey.
Okay.
The kiss tasting like your son. I mean, that's a little.
You guys.
Whoa.
Or nephew, because we've actually tied both her son and her nephew to her in the blind item. So I don't know.
I also don't love it when I'm forced to be in a place of it's not that big of a deal because then it sounds like I'm downplaying the most insane.
Yep.
I put myself in this situation, Don. It happened to me last week too. Bad.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Well, thank you so much for bringing up one of our blind items there and letting us
You're
dive into it a
welcome.
little bit deeper.
Don't say dive into it, please.
Oh.
Let's just get going here.
Okay.
Let's move on to some Juicy Bits gossip with the names left out. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's go with this one here. With the recently announced project, this decades ago A-lister for a fraction of a second, an actress who pretty much tanks every project she's ever been in part thanks to her ability as well as her attitude, now gets to do the funniest thing ever. put a nail in the coffin of the one movie that made you a star. This is going to be delicious. Let me do this one more time here. There's a lot of moving parts on this one. With the recently announced project, this decades ago A-list for a fraction of a second actress who pretty much tanks every project she's ever been a part of thanks to her ability and her attitude, gets to do the funniest thing ever. Now put a nail in the coffin of the one movie that made her a star.
I'm leaning
delicious.
I'm leaning vampire.
You're leaning vampire.
Are you?
He says coffin, and it just felt like we're talking.
Oh, coffins.
No.
There's no vampire twist. Okay, I was thinking.
I love where you're going
for a second.
Oh, she just got married.
I know.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was cute
For real.
I will say,
I agree.
I do think this individual may have been in a vampire thing. For some reason, I can't get that out of my head. But no, that's not anything that's being referenced in this blind item.
Okay, now this is a long shot, but was she in Coyote Ugly?
Nope.
Oh,
that actress always tanks everything she's in as well.
Piper, no. Piper's amazing in Yellowstone.
Tsunami.
What is her name?
Piper Parabo.
Yeah.
She's most recently in Yellowstone. She was just announced she's going to have a 3-episode run in Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
This individual has not danced on top of a bar, at least not that I know of.
Oh,
okay.
Actually, she probably has.
I think everybody has, right?
It's true.
Not well, but it's decades ago. Are we talking? Is she in her 50s then?
She is. I don't think. Let me get you a number here.
Okay.
Or get you an answer to that question. Not quite.
Okay. Got it.
Dang close.
Oh.
We got a 40-year-old actress.
We've got, with a recently announced project, this decades ago A-list for a fraction of a second actress. So they're saying this person was A-list, but briefly, a few decades ago, or a couple of decades ago, who pretty much tanks every project she's ever been in part thanks to her ability and her attitude, now gets to do the funniest thing ever, put a nail in the coffin of the one movie that made her a star.
This is hard.
It is.
I concur.
Why are you doing this to us?
Oh, okay. So, Renee Zellweger vibes. Okay. And fraction of so she was famous for acting, though, to be clear.
A-list actress for a real quick little.
Is she now known just in general?
She's not nice?
Well, according to the blind items, her ability as an actor and also maybe her attitude is what tanks every project she's ever been in.
And she's going to have to do...
Well, delicious, don't worry about it. I think they're just basically saying this is going to be...
And she gets to do the funniest thing ever?
The funniest thing ever is she's going to potentially be able to now tank the movie or put a nail in the coffin of the movie that made her a star thanks to a newly announced project. So think of maybe, I don't know, 3 decades ago. What year would that have been?
I don't know.
90s?
I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm scared. Mathing.
Yeah.
90s, okay.
Iconic movie that starred a flash-in-the-pan A-list actress.
Gosh, you're having us come up with somebody we don't talk about.
Okay, so...
Is she married?
Yeah.
Is he an actor or is she an actor?
Hold on a second. Let me actually answer your question. I think she actually maybe... I think they might be divorced. I apologize. She was married for over a decade. Now they're divorced.
Okay. And was he or she an actor?
I don't know much about this individual.
Okay, so not the famous person. Okay.
Are we talking? Okay, let's nail down the movie vibes.
Yeah.
He's a musician apparently, but you don't think you know him.
Mm.
Is this something that was like a cult classic?
Yeah.
Is it not another teen or not another teen movie, but is it like Jennifer Love Hewitt kind of vibes?
Very close. Maybe even before that. Maybe it was like
Lindsay Lohan?
Maybe it was like the step before that.
Step by Step?
No.
Okay.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Okay,
every word he's saying, I'm trying to dissect.
You guys are digging way deep.
Is this like American Pie kind of vibes?
Even before that. But you could argue all of those things you've talked about took inspiration from a movie in the mid-90s that starred a flash-in-the-pan actress that was A-list for a second. She did do a couple other things, but basically everything she's done has not gone well.
Oh, Tara Reid. Correct.
Oh, Taryn Manning?
No.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not doing well.
Ooh.
Okay. So it's
Oh my
but think of
gosh.
the movies.
Is it
Think of-
comedy?
Yep.
Okay, a
cult
comedy.
classic.
Cult
of the
classic comedy,
90s.
mid-90s, and as mid-90s as you can get.
95.
Yeah.
95. What a
Literally
year.
30 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, let's start thinking of cult classics that happened in the 90s.
Scream?
Nope.
She's not all.
Comedy.
She's all that.
Nope. Again, those movies you keep talking about kind of
Okay.
all got
Was her
going after this
co-star
one.
like
A who's who man.
There is a who's who man in here. Actually, there's a man who looks just as good now as he did when he appeared in this.
Rob Lowe?
Nope.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
A guy who just never ages.
Paul Rudd. Clueless. Oh my God! It's
Alicia
Silverstone.
You got there. Nice.
Oh
High
my
five in that.
gosh. You should have talked about breastfeeding your kid until he's 8.
Again,
Right.
not a big deal.
I normally bring that up in casual conversation. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay, great.
As if the blind item wasn't long enough, I should have added also breastfeeds until they're
That would have gotten us there, Mike.
You know what's funny is that I had that as a whole topic last week for our radio show, and
It probably
I didn't
was.
know it. I still didn't know it. We should have to do a sour ball.
All right, we sour ball. I'll write it down.
With the recently, do you guys remember the recently announced project, or did
Yeah,
you hear about it?
yes. Now I do.
Yeah, she's going to be in Clueless again,
Yeah,
and she's
apparently-
going to executive produce and star somehow.
Yes, a Peacock series that is all around Clueless. But according to the blind item, the recently announced spinoff series is going to give this A-list from decades ago actress Alicia Silverstone a chance to, and by the way, it goes on to say she tanks every project she's been in thanks to her ability and attitude, which is a little harsh.
Yeah.
But she gets the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, and that is put a nail in the coffin in the one movie that made her a star.
Okay. Whew.
There you go.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That
thanks.
was we were a little rough
I
on
mean, that was like
one.
half of this episode.
You got to get it. Got to get that out of the way. It's
I-
all right.
And
Okay.
it's funny. It's like as soon as you said that, we go, "Oh yeah, I know all of those things exist and are real."
That's why this game
love
is
it.
so much fun.
Let's see if we can get another fun one for you as we roll through the blind items today. So much for being homesick. We told you about 6 or 7 months ago that this foreign-born permanent A-list singer was never going to get her significant other, to do anything that she wanted to do, especially not move out of the country. She would either have to give up that plan or leave him. She chose the former. Let me get through this one again. So much for being homesick. We told you 6 or 7 months ago that this foreign-born permanent A-list singer was never going to get her significant other to do anything that she wants to do, especially not move out of the country. She would either have to give up that plan or leave him. Looks like she chose the former.
So they're living in the U.S. right now.
Is it Adele?
You're darn right it is.
Okay. I usually don't try to jump in so quick, but I feel like I need to redeem myself
I get
from what
that.
just happened.
Totally.
It's Adele.
It's Adele. And Rich Paul, he doesn't want to live in England.
Apparently not.
Okay.
But
Well,
you may
I mean,
remember
his business is here.
Are they in L.A.?
they are in LA.
Yeah.
Well, he's in LA. I think we're assuming she is. She was in Vegas while she had the residency. But as soon as the residency ended, she said she's taking a little break from music, then started leaking some stories that she's homesick and maybe wants to move back to the UK. But
Okay.
Hot take too is like out of all the places to live in the U.S., L.A. is the absolute opposite spectrum of living back in the UK. Like I feel like there's middle ground we could find.
Yeah.
Like something maybe not LA that would be like, or at least
Better.
yeah,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So hey guys, free marriage advice. You're welcome. It's funny coming from me right now too.
Have they gotten married yet? Rich Paul and
we believe,
Adele?
I don't know. The blind
wasn't
item
public.
said significant other.
Okay.
I actually had a hiccup there because it actually lists husband, but we never actually heard that.
No.
So I changed it to significant other.
But she has said my husband.
She's
before.
referenced him that way. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they're married.
No,
True.
I feel like too when you get older, like it's probably just easier to say that. Like,
Yeah.
and you feel that way. And so, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's weird for me to call my significant.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to call him.
Snuffleupagus.
That's really weird to call him that.
He's
I
enough.
agree. He's a
to
snuff.
call him my boyfriend at
It's-
this age
yeah.
is weird, but I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I know. It's true. We
Yeah.
need a new term for it. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
I'll write that down next to sour ball.
Okay, thank you.
Knocking all the world's problems off. All right, let's keep rolling on. Again, give us a like, give us a subscribe as we are rolling through Blinded by the Item today with our special guest, Brittany. We'll have special guests all week long. Let's go with this next one here. This offspring of a permanent A-plus lister is flushing money down the drain, trying to keep his current girlfriend happy. She liked the yachting lifestyle and is making him provide like she was still doing it.
Oh.
He just, however, likes that she looks like a younger version of his ex. This offspring of a permanent A-plus lister is flushing money down the toilet, trying to keep his current girlfriend happy. She liked the yachting lifestyle and is making him provide to her like she was still doing it. He just likes that she looks like a younger version of his ex.
It's kind of weird.
It's fine. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm very accepting.
Yes.
Okay, is this A-plus lister male?
Permanent A-plus lister. Yes, we got an offspring of a permanent A-plus lister.
It Brooklyn Beckham?
Nope.
Okay.
So,
well, there goes my answer.
that's fine. Okay, and is this A-plus lister known for acting?
The A-plus lister is not, although they've acted.
Okay, are they known for singing?
No, although they've sung.
Are they just rich?
No.
Okay.
Are they director?
No.
Judge?
Nope, but they've probably judged.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Who hasn't judged?
That's true.
Oh. How are you famous for anything other than if you're not rich and you're not an actor?
No, they're rich. Don't get me
they're
wrong.
rich?
Not just
Are
rich,
they-
that's what you asked.
Are they
Okay.
an athlete?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh.
They like to do sports.
Sports ball.
This
Go to my sports page.
Yeah.
This offspring of a permanent A-plus lister is flushing money down the drain, trying to keep his girlfriend happy. She likes the yachting lifestyle and is making him provide like she was still doing it. He just likes that she looks like a younger version of his ex.
Let's concentrate on that sports player.
Permanent A-plus lister.
A-plus lister are... And I feel like they're going to be on the older side because they've got a kiddo that's in their 20s, I'm guessing.
There you go.
Okay.
Saying the right things.
Let's see.
I was going to say, man, if Bradley was here, but he's probably worse at sports talk than we are.
Yeah.
This person.
How about football?
This
Is
person
it football?
is well beyond just the sports world.
Soccer?
Oh, is this
Baseball?
Although he's played baseball
Is this
professionally.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's son?
Yes. Marcus Jordan.
Marcus Jordan.
And of course, his ex. Both you know well.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Pippen. Larsa.
Larsa Pippen.
You got it. Do you have any idea who Marcus Jordan is with right now?
No.
Her name?
No.
Okay, that would have
Is she a
been
model?
that would have been impressive. Well, yeah.
Aren't we all?
I was gonna say she's an Instagram
OnlyFans? Oh,
model who.
It's a loose term nowadays. I mean, I feel like in general.
I mean, the blind item might say she's spent some time on yachts and enjoys that lifestyle quite a bit, which
Okay.
according to the blind item, we've got the offspring of Michael Jordan. Marcus Jordan is flushing money down the drain, trying to keep that girlfriend happy. Her name, by the way, is Ashley Stevenson. And she liked the yachting lifestyle before they got together and is making him provide like she's still doing it. He just likes that she looks like a younger version of Larsa Pippen.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Larsa Pippen doesn't even look like Larsa Pippen anymore. So it's
Fair.
kind of like a conglomerate of things.
True.
It's at this point all a generic humanoid. It's fine.
And we're really going to have a blind item about a significant other just trying to make keep their significant other happy? Like, I don't get that.
Well,
Like,
and also, I feel like, man, we sure haven't talked about his DUI much.
That is so true. He was a little bit salty when he got that DUI.
Yeah, at one point, what was he?
is he having margaritas?
Yeah, what was he requesting to the music to be?
He said, "All I want for Christmas is you" from Mariah Carey.
That's what he kept asking. This was not during that season.
This was like
either.
2 months ago. I
Yes.
mean,
And he was begging for that
In the car?
late
In the police
February.
car?
in prison.
car.
In
When they're in jail, he was like, why can't you guys play Mariah Carey? And that one I went to a place of, okay, relatable. Like maybe that would solve the vibe.
Oh. That's great.
So
I mean, not.
But remember, as soon as
fine.
If he just thought it was still Christmas, that's how drunk he was.
That's true.
the next day he took to social media and basically said, I asked for, I think, privacy in this time. So basically saying, he was the victim. He's looking for thoughts and prayers and privacy. And by the way, check out his shoe store.
Yeah, check out this cool shoe store.
Turned it into an ad.
He has also been in a lot of dark places of the web where you can see pictures of him engaging in drugs. So, thank you.
One of those, that's factual. And in fact, one of those pictures is when he's on a yacht with Ashley Stevenson, who we just talked about from this blind item.
Okay.
And he was snorting cocaine off of the table.
Oh, boy.
I wasn't going to. Yeah. So he's really liberal about where he's doing it. What was at a restaurant? Okay. Also,
oh, gosh.
You're not ordering much food then. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No.
There you go. You guys got that one. Nicely done.
Thanks, Marcus, for that entertainment.
Let's do another blind item here, rolling through it. Add yet another A-plus lister who apparently is in our Blinded by the Item audience. By the way, we need to come up with a name for our audience. No more than 5 days after we made reference to the divorce of this A-plus lister, this A-plus list actor, we're getting the usual publication running stories about how amazing everything is. Add another A-plus lister is apparently a fan of Blinded by the Item. No more than 5 days after we make reference to the divorce for this A-plus list actor, we get the usual publication running stories about just how amazing life is.
Is the actor a male?
Yep.
Okay. And our big old divorce and tease.
Do you remember A-plus list, Dawn? You were obviously here, and I know, Brittany, you listened to every one of our shows last week. Do you know or remember the A-plus list actor? Maybe some divorce rumors were flying.
They're rumors or happened?
Rumors. That's why we're getting now the usual source telling us
everything's fine. The
rumors and the nastiness. Who was it? That's how seriously we take all the rumors. They really impact us. And it's A-plus lister. So this is a big time actor.
A-plus list actor.
I know this is bad, but of course my brain.
George Clooney?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. I went to a place of Obama.
I was going to say, I just wanted to know where you were going to guess.
Because there's all these rumors about the Obamas.
Yeah, always.
I know.
Yeah.
True.
Come on.
No doubt. Some might say, like the blind items earlier today, that they're just setting up a very long runway for that announcement.
Oh.
So we'll have to see for the Obamas whether or not that's the case. But according to that's the blind item talking. According to this other blind item, though, you guys know the normal publication where they usually run to.
People.
Yes.
People will just, I kind of think, allegedly.
They'll take anyone's money.
Are just paid by publicists.
Yeah, which good for that. I need that.
Things over.
As long as we know that, that's knowing half the battle, right? If it comes from people, then it also comes from their publicists. We know that.
And it makes them more guilty of whatever it is.
Totally. We're fine with it.
Yeah.
Just like I know Radar Online is just from the depths of hell.
Yeah.
Just knowing where your sources are from.
Yeah.
Half the battle.
If you go from Daily Mail to the Sun, or the Daily Star, that is the depths of hell.
Thank you. Yes, those are some of my favorite places to be. Mm-hmm. Get a tan.
Yep.
So last week we talked about the fact that maybe there was trouble in paradise. Things weren't going well for George Clooney and Amal. But according to this blind item, that is still indeed the case. But we got people coming out with this article here. George Clooney insists that him and Amal still haven't had an argument after 10 years of marriage.
I feel like that is more of a sign that your divorce is coming.
I think the blind item might say, well, you don't argue when you don't see each other.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying. What?
Oh, sure. Because last week they were saying that he's just not around. He's in New York doing Good Night and Good Luck on Broadway, and she's at Lake Como, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like if I was like, well, me and Dawn have never been in a knockout blowout fight, and it's like, yeah, because you're not married to Dawn. I feel like that's what we could apply to this.
Right. Yet.
I think fighting is normal, right? I don't know.
So yeah, they're saying again that was the comment that was made there from people that again might have been cleaning up some of those rumors that we heard late last year. You two just crushed it today. Nicely done.
Thanks,
Thanks so much
guys.
for hanging out with us.
Of course, I'm so excited. I get to hang out next Monday too.
Yay, very fun.
Yeah, I mean, Blinded in general, it's the murder mystery party that we all need in our lives.
That's right, exactly. And please like and subscribe and tell your friends, because our audience is growing little by little and we love you guys for it. And also feel free to comment.
Yes.
Even if you think I'm stupid, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll write you back.
Tell
and
us
agree, actually.
Tell us if you got the first one right away. If you were on Alicia Silverstone right away with Clueless, I'd love to read if you guys knew that one.
Yes. So make sure and like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. And you can also listen to this in podcast form if you don't have time to watch it on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you really want to be up on the game, you can listen Central Time, 12:30, and you can know all the answers in advance before we put up the video of
Blinded by the Item.
Blinded by the Item.